Hey guys, it's your girl Shauna Graham and welcome back to another episode of Yellow Couch Talk. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's episode. So, again, don't forget your Yellow Couch Talk mugs. I'm going to mention this probably every episode. And also, I'm going to work on another product because I think that this will be useful for people who enjoy reading, and I wanted to make them for a year now. So I'm going to make another Yellow Couch Talk merch item that you guys can buy. But, I love drinking out of that mug. Okay, so today's topic is going to be all about this book I just got finished reading. And it is the Jennette McCurdy.
Shauna McCurdy, gosh.
McCurdy, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. I'm glad my mom died. So here's the book if you're watching on YouTube. And I was going to get this from the library because I wouldn't have to pay for it. But then I was thinking about it. And if you guys are watching the video, you see my books back there. There's only a little bit of the ones that I have. I'll just keep them on my desk because those are the ones that I want to read next. But I was like, I'm just going to buy the book because I do like having like a hard copy in case I want to go back and read it. And then it's just my book, you know, so, and then I can have like a bookshelf, and this matches like my couch and my rug. So it's going to fit in. Like I even put it like on my, like on a coffee table or something. So yes. And then today's quote of the day is, parents can only give good advice or put them on the right paths, but the final forming of a person's character lies in their own hands. And that is from Anne Frank. So yes, I've been reading this book. I think it took me about a week to read it because I wasn't constantly reading it. I feel like a week is a good time to read a book, like a good amount of time. I bought this like last Thursday, and then it's like, okay, so a week and a couple of days to read it. But still, I think that's like a good time frame to read a book. But this was crazy. I was reading the stories and I was just like, oh my gosh, like this would make a perfect episode to talk about this. So basically throughout the whole book, she talks about her mom's role in her life. And I believe our parents play such a huge role in a person's life and their character, who they are and everything. So let's give it a little backstory. If you want to read this, read it. Sorry, I'm going to spoil it, but some people might not read it, but I think it's a good read. I have to stop saying and like, because I rewatch the videos on YouTube and I listen to the podcast and I'm just like, Shauna, stop saying like. I'm trying. I'm really trying. Okay, no, I'm going to try today. So that's going to be my new filler word. But I'll use different filler words. So instead of and like, I'm going to use so and but. Look, see, I cannot help it. It's just like a natural thing that just wants to come out. In the episode though, I mean, not in the episode, but in the book, she starts out from about, she starts out the book. See, there I go. Okay. Stop saying, Shauna. She starts out the book and she's talking about how her mom's, why is it so hard for me to not say, I think it just helps me think, but stop saying it out loud, Shauna. Okay. We're going to try to say this without saying, So she begins the book talking about how her mom is in a coma and her brothers are in the hospital. And I'm going to say and so much. They're trying different things. So all the siblings are like going up to their mom and talking about like, oh, mom, I'm getting married. Like, you have to stay alive. You know, mom, this, and that. Mom, this, and that. So finally it's Jennette's turn. And she's like, Mom, I'm 92 pounds. Like, my goal weight, your dream weight for me. And then she jumps right into the book from her childhood. So she starts out the book like so crazy, like her mom's in a coma. And then she jumps into her childhood. And throughout the book, like the stories that she was telling, they were pretty crazy. There was some, for example, there was one when she's saying that her mom, well, okay, so the whole book is basically about how her mom wanted to be an actress. And her grandparents, her mom's parents, wouldn't let her mom be an actress. So she wants Jennette to become an actress. So her whole childhood is literally her mom, I don't even want to say grooming, but it's like her mom living through her. So she has her dyeing her hair, and only her mom can do it because if she does it, she doesn't do it a certain way and it looks greasy. She tans her. She's like 8 years old and she's tanning her. She has like wearing mascara and things that, I mean, I know that kids that do pageants and stuff do the same things, and to each his own, you know, you do whatever you want. And then I know cheerleading, because when I was in cheerleading, we had to wear like certain things. So those things are required for like child stars or cheerleaders and pageant queens. So I know that is what is required. So, but that was the things that her mom was doing for her. And then she would do things like bathe her, or like wipe, like when she went to the bathroom, she would wipe her. And she's like 8, 9, 10, like an age where a child should not have to still have assistance from their parent. But her mom was so like particular. What the heck? Is that even the word that I want to use? She was just so like anal about her doing everything for Jennette. And it was crazy because one of the things her mom did, I said, I didn't say but I did say So her mom had cancer when she was about 2 years old. And since then, it is really crazy. So every Sunday in the book, she says that every Sunday as a family, the mom would play back, like they use like a recorder. So they had a VHS tape. And she says that every Sunday her mom would make her and her brothers and her grandparents and their dad watch the VHS tape of home videos of like when her mom had cancer. And I was like, that's a little crazy. Like every Sunday, so they would go to church, and like every Sunday she would like, okay, like this is mom almost dying, here's a video of me. And I'm just like, every Sunday she made her children like sit through this. So I'm not here to judge, but I think that's off the wall. Like I feel like that you're just making your children sad, like every day, every Sunday. I understand cancer is like no joke, but to make your kids relive that every Sunday, that's a little extreme. So let's think. Okay, I'm trying to remember everything that like happened in the book and led up to the events that it led up to. So her mom like pushed her so hard to become an actress. She would I think she made her take ballet, dance, jazz, acting classes. She did, what else did she do? She just did a lot. And it was just really like extreme. And I know one story, she was talking about how her mom like bathed her, and she was just like, she knew how to bathe herself, but her mom was just like, well, no, you're not going to do it right. And every time you wash your hair, it's greasy, but when I do it, it looks nice. And she said the one time she showered and she still made her and her brother shower together. Her brother was 16 at the time and she was 11. And she was like, our mom made us bathe together, and she would wash me up. And every time that they mentioned that they were old enough to do it, the mom would start crying. And I was just like, oh my God, I don't even know what word to describe that type of behavior. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you guys probably know, but I don't understand or what to label her behavior as. And I realized a lot of moms, they do have, what is the word? Like, it's not nesting, because I think, isn't nesting when your kids leave and you're nesting? or nesting is when your kids are coming home. I forget. But a lot of parents do have, like, okay, so for example, I'm trying to find the word, but I cannot think of the word. So whenever parents have kids and then they finally go off to kindergarten and they're like sad about it, that's like what I'm thinking. Like, it's just like you're so used to having your kid around, you're confident, you're just like used to them, and then they go off. I feel like that's what, it's kind of similar. I'm trying to figure out what word I'm trying to think of. I don't know. I don't know. But their mom homeschooled them and they never really got out a lot, she was saying. So they were like in the house a lot. And then she said that her mom was like a hoarder. So anytime they had toys or anytime something broke, she would just like keep it. She never threw anything away. So she said that they had rooms at one point in time, but since her mom hoarded so much that she stuffed everything into their rooms, so none of them could sleep in their beds. So they all had to sleep in the living room. She said they got like gymnastics. Oh my goodness. Those little mats that we used to have in gym class, they had like those to sleep on. And she said there was like, everybody had like, it was like a fold out one. So everybody had one and they slept on the floor on those mats. And I was just like, that is so absurd. Like, I understand people are hoarders. I've seen those shows and that is just like crazy how people live like that. But her grandparents lived with her and there was a father in the house and the kids. I'm like, y'all, cancer or not, hoarder or not, I'm speaking up. I'm not sleeping on a mat when I have a perfectly good bed. Mom, put this stuff in the living room. There's no reason why I'm sleeping on a Costco mat when I have a perfectly fine bed. And you know what? Ain't no way. I'm sorry. Like, I understand. But anytime they would bring up something to their mom, she would burst out in tears or talk about how she had cancer. So she would use that like, oh, I had stage 4 cancer. She would use that anytime she would go out to like a casting call with her daughter. Anytime she's like talking to anybody, she would just bring it up. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm not here to judge. I'm just telling y'all what she wrote in this book and just how like absurd some of the things are, especially like the bathing your kids at 16 and 11. I feel like that's like another level of like, maybe a mental, is that will that be considered like a mental illness, or is that like obsession with your kids? I don't know. Maybe I should have looked it up so I could talk about it more on the podcast. But I just feel like, I don't know. That's just, it's really strange. It really is. But I remember a part of the book where she would cry. Like, I think she would do, maybe she did it on purpose or intentionally, but anytime Jennette would say she didn't want to do something, her mom would cry. And then she was just like, Jennette got to the point where all she wanted to do was please her mom. She would do anything for her. And she's like, my mom's my best friend. I would do anything for her. I know when she's sad. I know when she's happy. I know her favorite songs. I know what she likes to eat. Or she just knew her mom so much. And she just wanted to please her. She would literally do anything. Even like from the age, I think she started acting at like 7. So from like 7 on, she literally lived her life for her mom. And I know a part of the book where her grandpa, like her mom wasn't there. Her grandpa was like, Jennette, like no child should have to take care of their mom. And she was just like, yeah, but like who else is going to do it? I was like, girl, no. But okay, I have this page marked, but let me tell y'all the story real quick. So Jennette finally was like older, and she's a Mormon, she said in the book. So she never like had sex, and she never like kissed a guy. She said the first time she kissed a guy was on iCarly with, I think, what's his name? Fred. I haven't seen I cannot talk. I have not seen iCarly in so long. I think that was his name, Fred. That sounds correct, maybe. But she said, I remember that episode too. She said that was her first like kiss on screen. But she said that she, like when she was older, she went out to Hawaii. It was like, I think the end of iCarly, and they had gave them all a stay in Hawaii at this like nice hotel. So her and one of the producers that she was dating, who was like 30 and she's like 18, they went to Hawaii, and she was lying to her mom because she was like, her mom would never let her date a guy, like ever. The only time she was like allowed around a guy if he was gay, or if it was like a girlfriend. Like she did not like her child hanging out or doing anything without her. So she snuck off to Hawaii with this guy, and she's lying to her mom. And she even went to the point where she had one of her gay friends, like they would call on three-way and be like, oh yeah, we're in Hawaii, we just did this, we just did that. And I was like, that is crazy. You have to lie to her. Like, girl, you're 18. Go off to Hawaii and do what you made this money, girl. You go to Hawaii and you do what you gotta do. Like, stop trying to please your mom. That's crazy. But so yeah, she went to Hawaii. She's with this guy. She's lying to her mom. And then it's so funny because as I was reading this book, I was like Googling stuff because I wanted to see like the proof or the pictures. So she said that they're like kayaking, I believe, and she's seeing paparazzi. So they were taking pictures of her and the guy the whole time, and she's petrified. She's like, oh no. They run back to the hotel, and she's like, paparazzi's gonna post these pictures. And the guy she's with is just like, no, like, forget it, just give me your phone. And he puts her phone in the safe at the hotel. And next morning they go out, and she checks her phone. I think she said she had like, wait, is it say it in here? Hold on. I don't even know how many emails and stuff. Oh, hold on. Wait, I'm trying to see if I can find it real quick because it should be right here in the same. Okay, here you go. So she said the next day she opened her phone up. She has 37 missed calls from mom, 16 voicemails, and 4 missed emails from her mom. Her mom called her, left voicemails, and sent her emails after she saw the pictures online of her and the guy. And then she said she opens the top email. And this is what her mom emailed her. I just want to read this to y'all, and just to give y'all an example of how her mom is. She says, Dear Net, I am so disappointed in you. You used to be my perfect little angel, but now you are nothing more than a little slut, a floozy, all used up. And to think you wasted it on a hideous org of a man. I saw the pictures on a website called TMZ. I saw you in Hawaii with him. I saw you rubbing his disgusting hairy stomach. I knew you were lying about Colton, and Colton's supposed to be like the gay friend that she was like on vacation with. And it says, add that to the list of things you are. Liar, conniving, evil. You look pludgier too. I think that means like big. It's clear you're eating your guilt. Thinking of you with his ding dong inside of you makes me sick. I raised you better than this. What happened to my good little girl? Where did she go? And who is this monster that has replaced her? You're an ugly monster now. I told your brothers about it, and they all said they disown you just like I do. We want nothing to do with you. Love, Mom. Or should I say Deb, since I'm no longer your mother. P.S. This is the part that gets me. Send money for new fridge. Ours broke. Can we have a moment of silence to let that sink in? So not only did you just get through calling your own daughter a slut, a floozy, and all used up, an ugly monster, and you called her fat. Then she had the nerve to go and say, send money for new fridge. Ours broke. You know, I wish I could talk to Jennette and ask her if she ever sent her mom the money, because she doesn't say it in the book. Because in I think pages later, she talks about another email she got from her mom. She says, P.S. still send money for the fridge. But I wonder if she ever sent the money, because she never said that she sent the money. I just want to know. I'm about to, when I get back on the internet, I wonder if I should email her or DM her on Instagram and be like, did you ever send your mom that money for the fridge? Because I just want to know. Because that's crazy. But that's really That's really crazy. I just feel like there's no way you are someone's parent. I know people do worse things to their kids, but you cannot talk to your children that way and then sit here and request money like it's nothing. Like, what gives you the right to talk down on your child like that, who is taking care of you? Just because they are trying to live their life. And she didn't really do anything wrong. All she did was go on vacation with a guy. She didn't do anything else. Like, it wasn't like she was out here being all those nasty words that she said that she was. Let's take a break. let this. Oh, I messed that mic up. Oh gosh. Hopefully, I need to learn how to not hit this mic. Wow. I just feel like the way that you parent your children have a lot to do with how your kids turn out. And I know that it, like Anne Frank's quote said, like, you can do all these things to your kids or for your kids, and it, like, who they become is in their hands. But also, if your kid grows up a certain way, it's going to affect them. So another example from the book is Jennette started growing boobs. Okay, like any other normal girl would do. She's crying about it and she's like, Mom, how do I stop growing my boobs? Her mom laughs and then she tells her that she should go on a calorie restriction diet. So this calorie restriction diet, she was eating, I think, popsicles, sugar-free popsicles, applesauce, eating, and her and her mom would always share their food. They would go get like a salad, dressing on the side, and share it. So they were really eating like nothing. And this was at like 11 years old. So it's just like the things that her mom were teaching her at 11 literally affected her in her life. So she has a part of the book that's called After. So it's like after her mom passed away. And she literally suffered from bulimia. And that's when you eat and then you stick your finger down your throat and you throw up. So she had an eating disorder. So it's like the fact that at such a young age, her mom taught her to eat this way and to stay skinny and to count her calories and to not eat so much, it affected her in her adult life. And she's struggling with that. And just like, I think I've talked about this on the podcast before, but it's like, even with like living with my stepdad, he was in the military. No, he was in the army, and he like was so like particular on how he wanted things cleaned and things that he did. Like, I remember like anytime I would clean the bathroom or anytime I would do something and it wasn't to his standards, I would have to do it again. When I got out of the shower, literally, if I did not close the shower curtain, he would make me come downstairs and close the shower curtain. And it's just like, why can't you do it? So it's like the fact that happened, or he said those things, I'm so like, anytime I get out the shower, I have to close the shower curtain. And it bugs me because it's like, I'm scared. What's in my shower? I don't want to close my shower curtain. But the fact that this happened as a child, it's still, I'm 20, about to be 27, and I still do this to this day. Or the fact that like I'm not even joking. For the longest time, I remember one time, my mom used to work like long hours. So he would be like the one making us dinner. I remember one time he made us ramen noodles, chicken ramen noodles. I remember to this day. And he put chicken bones. And so it was me and then my other brother, Kareem. We're like the oldest two kids. And then it was his two kids, my middle brothers. So I don't remember what he made them to eat, but he made me and my oldest brother those ramen noodles with the chicken bones. Like, there was no chicken. Like, I would assume that he would have shredded the chicken up and put the chicken in there, but no. He put chicken bones like in our soup. In our ramen. And he left all the water in it. And like, it was just like the nasty. It was just like, I felt like it was intentional. Because why would you put chicken bones in someone's food? And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like you were making like a broth homemade from scratch, because that's how you make like chicken stock. You take bones and you boil them with like onions and carrots and celery and what is it called, bay leaves and peppercorns. I did that when I was in culinary school. I know how to make bone broth. Okay, I know how to make stock from scratch. Okay, that's not what was going on here. I don't know what was going on, but for the longest time, anytime I ate ramen, I did not, like, I would dump all the water out because I was traumatized just by, like, that's so weird, but it might seem small because that was just like one of the things on the big list of things that I don't want to get into, because some of them don't concern me and some of them do. But anyways, but like, I swear for the longest time, I did not eat ramen noodles with like the broth in it. I would dump all the broth out, eat my noodles dry. And then one day I was just like, Shauna, there is no reason why this is affecting you still. Like, let it go. Get over it. Forgive, because I mean, I know the examples I'm giving are small things, but like, again, there's bigger things that happen. And I'm not going to get into that, but it's just like this whole list of things that affect me still. And it's just like, I understand where she's coming from in the book, and how like her mom did all these things. And now in her adult life as a 20x-year-old, because I think towards the end of the book, she was like in her early 20s and dealing with these issues like this eating disorder, or for her one birthday, she was going on and on about how she didn't want a birthday cake because every year she would wish that her mom wouldn't die because her mom had cancer. So in the beginning of the book, it was like her 7th birthday. And she's like, since my 7th birthday, every year I would wish that mom would not get cancer again and not die. So that's like every birthday she would wish for that. So I think it was her 22nd birthday, and her friend brought her a cake and candles, and she was like, I didn't want it because I have no wish to wish for, because every year I would wish that my mom wouldn't die and get cancer, and now my mom died because of cancer. I have no more wishes. So it's like, these things really affect people, and I just think that we should all really before you have kids, or even people who are parents now, really take the time to not parent unless your parents were like, I mean, nobody's perfect, and parents are always parents the first time. My mom, she had me at a young age, so she really didn't have like a good example of who a parent was. So I'm not like out here like hating her because things that she did that she didn't know. If you aren't taught something, if you are not aware of something, then you cannot, parent a certain way. So I just know that I want to take the steps, and I want to actually like learn how to parent, I guess, before I have kids. And I want to understand everything. I want to be my kid's best friend, but also be their parent. And I just want to not ever force nothing upon them or not consider their feelings. And it's just a lot of things that I want to do as a parent. And her mom is the furthest thing from it. Okay. So if you do want to read this book, I will leave like an Amazon link on the podcast or in the YouTube description box. If you do, I'll leave it, or actually go to your local library and see if they have it, so you don't have to pay to read a book, or Audible. I think Audible, if you like to listen to books as well. But I think that's the end. I have like 30 seconds left to talk. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you want to read the book, definitely read the book. I think it's like an easy read. I read it in like a week and a half. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, even though I'm not on Instagram right now. At Yellow Couch Talk, at Shauna Graham. Email me, text me, DM me, because I'm going to open my DMs and be like, I'm so silly. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Yellow Couch Talk with your girl, Shauna Graham. I'll see you next week. Peace. I Millie rock on any block. Hey, hey. I Millie rock on any block. Did you guys like the little bloopers last week that I left in the video? Because I'm leaving these in too. So I had like 4 extra minutes left on that video from last week if you guys watched. But I posted it and it had a copyright claim because I was playing music because I wanted to share with y'all my song that I was enjoying that week. So I had to take the video down, re-upload it without the music that I had copyright in there. So yeah, but okay, let's try this again. So comment below, please. I want you guys to comment, okay? We need to interact with each other because I'm a little bored out here, okay? I just been like, no, literally my screen time was 2 hours this week. And it's only because I watch YouTube videos sometimes when I'm at work. But it's like my screen time is always like 5-6 hours because I'm always on the internet. But y'all can comment below. Okay, so comment below. What song are you listening to right now? What's your go-to song right now? And let me tell y'all mine. Okay. And also, if you made it to the end of the video, put a yellow heart for Yellow Couch Talk. So I'll know who watched to the end. Ooh, okay, so comment a yellow heart and put your song that you're listening to this week. Your top song. Oh, also, shout out to my brother, Kareem. He's gonna be 24 May 1st. Ooh, bro, I'm gonna cry. That's my rider. Like, we've been like this since 1999. Oh my gosh, like my brother. I'm such a crybaby. Wow. Don't cry, Shauna. Literally, I'm always about to cry. It's just like, it's crazy to think that my little brother is going to be 24. That means I'm getting older. And that means my little brothers are getting older. Even my 4-year-old brother, that man is so smart. And he's literally so tall. He's like almost as tall as me already. I'm just like, can you slow down? Slow down. Stop growing up so fast. And my niece too. This girl, she's so smart. I'm sorry, I'm going on a rampage, but she's so smart. The other day we were singing happy birthday. We just were singing it randomly and it wasn't nobody's birthday. And literally like 10 minutes later, she was just singing it by herself. Like, she's one, like, she's so smart. And just everybody's so cute and so smart. And I just want them to slow down. Okay. Okay. Anyways, get to the point. So my friend Naylin suggested that I listen to, I believe her name is Tasha Cobbs Leonard. And I started listening to her. And now I'm obsessed with her music. Oh my gosh. Like, she knew what she was doing when she suggested I listen to her. So the song that I've been hooked on, hold on, I need to turn my brightness up. It is called The Church I Grew Up In. And let's see if you guys can see it. Focus on my phone. Yeah. But it's about her, like the church she grew up in. But literally when I listen to it, it makes me feel loved. And that's so weird, but it just makes me feel loved. I listen to it and it just makes me happy. It makes me feel loved. You should go listen to it. Tasha Cobbs Leonard, The Church I Grew Up In. And it's so sweet. It's such a sweet song. But yes, okay, I'm done rambling. Make sure you guys comment below a yellow heart if you stayed around this long in your favorite song right now. All right. Peace, guys. Peace in the Middle East. Peace, 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 peace. Ooh. Bye.
How long can you go?